What do you say, everybody? Sean Higgs coming at you. Monday night doubleheader. GamblesWorld.net sponsoring the Winner Circle channel. As always, it's the Monday Night Live. Don't forget to subscribe, like, put that notification bell on so you know. Live show, Monday Night Football. Football Friday, live 1 p.m. Eastern. Mark Lawrence, Victor King, myself. Sometimes we switch in a guest. Jim Feist last week. Perhaps a Doug Upstone sighting this Friday. You want to be there. And free picks. Tomorrow, me, Chip Trimbis, Matt Fargo. Brian Biller joins the show on Wednesday. Doug Upstone Thursday for NFL. Wednesday is college football. Tomorrow's college football. We'll also dabble into some NBA talk like we did today. A couple futures with Chip and Doug. World Series. I don't know. Is that important to you? That starts Friday. Couple low-key teams getting involved there. Bunch of no-name players. If you're interested in baseball, you get all the baseball, just $99 World Series package for me or anybody else. So you don't want to miss out on that. $99 for the World Series. I mean, I sell my picks for like $34.99. So if I have 5 games out of the 7, obviously I think it's gonna go, 6, 7 games. Make the smart money move. Again, you don't have to get me. Use the leaderboard. Get whoever you want. I'm not gonna be mad at you. All right, let's talk about it. We got a game coming up in what do we got? About 10 minutes, 11 minutes, whatever it is. Ravens and the Bucs. This is now a 4-piece here as I look over at the DK screen, flipping colors here, changing. A 51. We've liked this over. I talked about this last night with Gabe. We were doing a little show, and I was like, I like the over here. If you want the side for me, I have that posted here on GamblesWorld.net. Go get it. Either one. I got both games up, so go get one. Support the channel, hit the like button, and support me. You want to buy a package? Go for it. But we're going to go into this Ravens-Buccaneers game here. So it is a 4 and a 51, and I got some props for you. We're going to hit the props in this game, and then we'll hit some comments because I see a bunch of comments popping up, and then we will move on to the Chargers and the Cardinals. That goes at 8, what's it? Oh, 7, whatever it is. For me, it's a 7:15 in Central, so a little later. At least they're at 2 different times. Fine. I guess 10 o'clock is too late. Any hoot. Let's go. Tampa Bay, anytime touchdown. We're going to go Goodwin, plus 55 piece. The guy's got 6 TDs on the year. We're getting a 155? I mean, Baker's the MVP right now. That cat's got 15 touchdowns on the season. So, yeah, we'll take a 155 with a guy who's got 6 tutties. And Mike Evans, little lower, 125. Why wouldn't, again, another guy with 4 touchdowns on a team that throws the ball. I will take a plus money. It's a short one, 125 compared to the other, but still, we like it. And we'll sprinkle a little here. How about some Baker power? 3 touchdowns for plus 330. I told you I like the over. It was 49. It is now 51. I like these 2 cats just to get a couple touchdowns. How about if we get a rushing touchdown on top of this or something out of the backfield? We can get 3 touchdowns easy. A little flare pass to Bucky. Who knows? 3 touchdowns plus 330, sure. Goodwin receiving yards, 80 plus for a 105. Yes, he's the key man here. Mike Evans is on his way to the Hall of Fame, but he's his best years behind him. He's still good, productive. This is the guy who's going to get all the attention here. Is Goodwin. Plus 105. Rashid White, 25 receiving yards or more, plus 195. Again, we'll dig down a little bit. We don't have to get the easy, we're not going to go to something where it's, hey, let's play 140 and it's 25. No, we're going to get – you can do crazy minus numbers yourself. You don't need to come in and watch my show or any show for that matter to see somebody to tell you to take a 190. Not going to get that. At least not for me. Not when I'm doing. Not when I'm hosting. You don't get that. Ravens anytime touchdowns. Flowers. Obviously, you look at this and Lamar's up there. Henry. As I said, we're not going to lay 200, 250 for Derrick Henry to score a touchdown. Now, could we flip this and say, hey, how about a Henry 2 touchdown? I'm not going to say it's we're getting 220 here on the DK. You want to do that plus 220 instead of taking a Zay 135? I won't say no to that. Again, we need this over. Let's go overpower. Justice Hill, again, I'm going to go down the little line here of receivers and Likely and Mark Andrews and Rashad Bateman. I'll go Justice Hill. It's Monday night. There's always some whack job who gets it. Who had that guy? Show me a ticket. You see that nonsense on the X. Who had this guy plus whatever? All right, be that guy. Show him your Justice Hill plus 475. And Mr. Bateman. Not Teen Wolf 2. Jason Bateman. No. Rashad Bateman. 40 plus receiving yards. Plus 120. A couple late ads here. Tampa Bay. Shepard. Under 50.5 receiving yards. And Mayfield under 12.5 rushing yards. And there you have it for your Monday night game one doubleheader, Ravens and the Buccaneers. Let's see what the chat has to say, and then we'll move on. We got a little time before we get to the game two. Mike Pearson asks, Houston repping, H-Town. I'm by Houston, Mike. I've yet to go to a game at NRG. I hit a lot of Sugarland Space Cowboy or Skeeters action. I go to NASA. I like to go in there with a flat Earth T-shirt. Nobody's got a sense of humor for the Jersey guy down there. They don't appreciate it. The food, the steak and barbecue down here is pretty good though, Mike. Scott's in house. Let's go. We're going. Scott, right to the window. Cashing tickets. Ian, thanks for all the hard work you guys do. Appreciate it, Ian. And listen, I like when people come in and say thank you and leave comments. A lot of people don't leave comments. You do a video, it gets views, somebody leaves a comment. I enjoy the comments. I interact. We're getting it. I think we're lined up pretty nicely here for this Ravens Buccaneers game. Make some money. Ian's in. All right, we're all in Houston. Let's all go to. I don't even know. Here's another Houston guy. I see some crazy commercial come on when I'm watching like a stream or something. Texas Stavers, I don't know, like meow something. I don't even know. So it looks like some crazy funhouse. Tech is that nonsense? And can you explain your kolaches down here, Houston people? Kolaches. Sorry, Houston, that's not good. I don't like the kolaches. Scott's liking the Bucks here. I don't hate this look, right? I mean, you got the Browns on deck, kind of a sandwich spot for the Ravens. We saw this yesterday with the Falcons getting beat up at home by Seattle. But it's Monday night. Tampa's got the whole hurricane angle, right? Like, oh, my goodness, let's rally around the city, heartache, and, let's bring some happiness to everybody. Lamar and the Ravens are 22-1 versus the NFC. I mean, a lot of times, listen, we got, Mark and Victor come in here, Ross before. They go to the database. It's like, let's go back 5 years. We go back 8 years, all types of situations. And a lot of times I'm like, oh, boy, it's tough to go back. In this case, I'll go back with the 22-1 because Baltimore is always a first or second. When are they in last place playing a crappy schedule? They're always playing a top team out of the NFC. And the guy does not lose to him. Ever. That's what I think offsets the Tampa edge where, let's do it for everybody in Tampa and the surrounding area. Locking with the King is in the house. Here we go. Mr. Overrated himself, Ninja. College Hoops will be here soon enough. Ninja will be here telling us how UConn is overrated. Ravens Bucks under 24.5 first half. I like the over. I like the over for the game. It's gone from 49 to 51, Ninja. And good to see you too, my friend. Can the under Chargers? Yes. I'm with you on that one. We'll talk about that game in a second. Is this live or premiere? Tampa Bay doesn't start for another hour. Yes, 7:15. Yes, we are live. My times are messed up because we come in early and I try to get in before the game starts. So the doubleheader threw me for a loop. This is live or premiering, whatever it's doing. I know I'm looking at it says 7:15. We're Central Time. So it's like, oh, but I have Central Time I have 7:15 in my head for East Coast time because we're starting at 7. So sometimes I misspeak. Sorry to confuse you. I confuse myself. Thank goodness my head's attached to my shoulders, or else I'd forget it, Scott. Let's move on to some Charger props here. Where's the Charger game? Let me roll down here. Okay, so this one has not moved. It's still sitting at a 1 and a 44. Why am I? There we go. I was going to say, we had the NBA posting here on DK. No movement on this game. Chargers, Arizona. Let's get into it. Obviously, King D was mentioning the under here. I'm going to tend to agree with the under as well. Anytime touchdown, I'm looking at Will Dissly here. We have another spot with the Chargers where everyone felt like, hey, Harbaugh's coming in here. This team's going to be great. It's going to be a lot better, blah, 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 blah. Lad McConkey? Are we really running to do Lad McConkeys? We like Lad McConkey? I mean, in the same token that Henry was a minus 220 for a anytime touchdown, Dobbins is a 135. Not as crazy. Obviously not as crazy, but still, I don't want to come in and say 130. I'm going to go Dissly. Little tight end action here. It was +4. Now I'm seeing a 370, so it's come down a bit. It has come down. Again, people are going to run to Lad McConkey. I get it. He's like the young guy. Everybody loves the rookie. I don't know. I'm not sold on Herbert. I think he's a little more banged up with his foot there, throwing. They're averaging 18 points a game. Do I think they're going to score? I don't think they score much. That's why we like the under. Arizona, though, I can dig in some Arizona props, and I did. We got a few out here. Harrison +175. Mr. Wilson, a +280 spot here for Michael Wilson. And I'll talk about him in a second because they got him in a receiving prop coming up here as well. Tight end action, because everybody loves tight ends. Who doesn't? Sometimes they're a little dumpy, but we'll take them. McBride or Higgins? We got another little Higgy out here. 240 or 650. Where do you want to go? Because I think one of these guys is going to catch a touchdown. You decide where you want to go with these two cats. Dorsch, receiving yards, 25. It's even money. 25 or more. He's averaging almost 30 yards a game, 29.5, 29.6. So he's there already. You're going to give me an even money on it? I'll take it even money. I'll take it. I hate to say it's a gift and nonsense like that, but even money for a guy who averages more yards than what they're putting up. Okay, I'll take it. Thank you. I'm not gonna argue with an even payday. And here's our guy, Mr. Wilson again. Michael Wilson, 39.5 yards a game. It's at 40 for +155. Why wouldn't I take a shot here, 155? How about a nice 43-yarder? He breaks some kind of post pattern on the 6th play of the game. And boom, we're hitting 280 and a 155 in our pockets. And it's 11:56 left in the first quarter. You're smiling ear to ear. There we go. So again, Dorsch, I was looking at him, his yardage at 29 a game, 25, yes. Wilson, the same thing, 39 to 40, and we're 155. The touchdowns, again, I think this is going to be a lower scoring game. I think Arizona has the edge. And we'll talk about Arizona for a second here. You saw him play a little bit against Buffalo. They kind of blew it. It's Buffalo. You saw him take it to the Rams. All right, the Rams are banged up. You saw him beat the Niners on the road. The Niners are banged up, whatever. You're not high on the Niners. It's still a team that's kind of had them. It's a rival. It's not some offshoot where they don't see each other. They're familiar with each other. That's a nice win. 2013 loss to Detroit. That's not a bad loss to me, losing Detroit 2013. You probably thought it was going to be a shootout. Most people did. But it's a close one. The Washington loss, maybe that's a little wacky. Washington off a Monday night when they come in there and really run it up. But otherwise, these guys are, yes, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Jackass a little bit. You give up 41 to Washington. We give up 20 to Detroit. We beat San Fran. We lose a close one to the Bills. It's a wacky season. And the Chargers, you beat Denver last week. I had Denver. I can't. Well, that's a whole nother show. We talk about Denver. I've talked about this on our usual free pick show. The Raiders and Carolina. Now, is Arizona much better than those teams? I don't know. They're definitely better than them. I like Murray better than Knicks. Knicks might be good down the road. I don't know. He's a rookie to me. Carolina's trash. I think the Raiders are a disaster. They kicked a field goal yesterday with 2 minutes left in the game. They needed a touchdown. They're a bad team. Arizona, I think, has some pieces. This line was 2. It's a pick 'em. It's a 1. I don't know. It's an under for me. I can't bet on a team that averages 18 points a game and favored on the road. That's no thanks. No thanks. Trey McBride over 5.5 receptions, says Gavin. I don't hate it. I like Trey McBride. He's good. I actually have him on my ESPN fantasy team. I need a big night. Ron Mexico. Team Ron Mexico. We are 6-0, by the way, Gavin. Connor over 62.5 rushing yards. I don't hate this, James Conner. That's all his rushing yards is? 62.5? What does he do? Let's pull up the Connor stats here. He's putting up 67 a game. I know it's low because the Ravens give up like 60 yards a game or 57 yards a game rushing along those lines. But that's, I mean, if you're beating the team, they're not gonna run the ball. They're gonna start throwing it. I mean, Dak Prescott had 380 yards passing because they couldn't run the ball and they were down 28-0 or whatever. So if they want to come in and establish a little run action. Oh, hold on a second. I'm talking Baltimore. We're talking Arizona. Arizona's got the Chargers. See, this is where I get confused with double headers. Let me pull up the San Diego, the Charger defense here. 62. What are we doing here with this one? Sign me up. Again, even this one, if you want to do a touchdown and even money with Connor, I don't hate it. He's a solid back. See, I think these guys, when Murray's healthy, the kid is dangerous. Well, he's not a kid anymore. He's got Harrison, McBride the rookie, Connor in the backfield. The defense is hit or miss. How's Connor out of the backfield catching the ball? He's got 15 targets, 12 catches. Maybe a 2 TD with Connor there too as well, Bill. You can do a plus 650 here. I don't like first touchdowns, by the way. Jets are the most overrated team. It's not the coach is the problem. It's Aaron Rodgers. Here's what Aaron Rodgers is. And Ninja, you've heard me say this before. They want to bring in Lazard. Now they brought Devontae Adams. Who's next? Who's next they're going for? They're going to get Randall Cobb? Randall Cobb coming to New York? I said, if I'm Garrett Wilson, I'm asking for a trade. Why you have me here? He wants to have his buddies. Go get Randall Cobb. You don't need me here. I mean, it's just that simple. The defense talks as if they're the 86 Bears, the 90 Giants, Doomsday Cowboys, Steel Curtain Steelers, these guys. Russell Wilson hadn't played. Forget this year. Did he suit up in August? 37 points, whatever they scored. I know you got a couple short fields with the interception. Team is done. Sal's at home watching the Jets. It's focused on counting his money and laughing at the Jets. I mean, he's definitely counting his money, Sal. I feel some guys are just better coordinators. The Jets need offense. You don't need a defensive coordinator running the show. And you don't need an offensive coordinator, a coordinator like Hackett who comes in. Again, that was just – I don't know. We could talk about the Jets. Under his 5-0 Chargers last 5 Monday games. Well, it makes sense because their old coach was terrible, King D. We saw him just do bizarre nonsense. So sign me up for an under. Even here, they're not scoring. They don't score. Yes, the Charger defense is bad. And the love for Herbert, right? People have this guy as like a top 10 kind of guy. What has he done? Like, you look at his passing props. I saw it was like under 190 yards. What do we got here for him? 200 yards is minus 120. I don't think this guy's going to throw for 200 yards tonight. What's his most on the season? $144, $130, $125, $179. Denver. He did throw for 237 last game. Monster game. 237 yards. Look at these numbers. 14 of 20, 17 of 26, 12 of 18. They're just going to run the ball. What's attempts for him? Here's something we should look at. Where are passing props? Let's go with temps. 27.5 attempts. He's gotten over that once. Last game. One time. 26, 20, 18, 27. How about an under 27.5 passing attempts? It's minus 105. It's not like it's some crazy number. Over is minus 125. Ravens Bucks total jumped to 26. So I told you to take the over 24.5. The over has gone from 49 to 51, Ninja. Come on. Come back to the shows. Watch the shows. We've been talking about this since Sunday or yesterday. John Putnam's house. Mason Crosby to replace Zerline. Zerline is the next Packer. Mason Crosby's coming to town. Is that true? See, that would be funny if that was get rid of Zerline. That guy's cost him. I don't know if he cost him last game. Cost him the game before that, though. But obviously his best days are behind him. He's no longer Greg the Leg. That much is certain. Wait, he missed one yesterday? What was blocked? I don't mind the blocking. 8 field goals. Let's see him this year. 8 of 13. 4 of 6 for 39. 1 of 3 for 49. 0 of 150. 50 plus, I get it. 40 to 49, you're not hitting 40. These are, look who it is. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. All game streaming. Look at this. Do we do it, folks? Is tonight the night we hit up unwanted commercial spam, or do we promote terrorism? It's always the question. It is always the question I bring to you in the chat. Because it's fun. It would be fun, but then I'd laugh, and then 3-letter agencies would be knocking on the door for the terrorism. But I like that they put it up there. You can really ruin somebody's life if you wanted to. Oh, hi. We're here because someone spammed you as promoting terrorism. What do you need that stethoscope for? And what is that? Long poker. Oh, it's just to check your butt as we see what's going on here. Ninja says Ravens 3.5 full game, but 3 for the first half. That does not make sense. It's up to a 4 now, by the way. It's a 4 spot for the Ravens. I'm just saying that, yeah, the Mason Crosby. That would be funny. That would be funny if Mason Crosby was. Oh, man. But is Randall Cobb still available? I mean, that would be. Is he still fresh? Maybe Donald Driver still out there? Donald Driver. Oh, we got jokes here. All right, let's jump back in to props and scores here for this game. So again, this game doesn't kick off for a bit, but we do have the props. I'm going to make a little super banner so everything could scroll underneath there for you. So I'll get a little super banner going of all the props in a scroll. That way you'll see them all at one time. I don't have to keep popping up banners. I should have did this. I did this last week, but this week I forgot to for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe because I could, take 2 minutes because the games don't start yet and people are probably having a bite to eat. They're doing their own things. So like, hey, or maybe not hey, maybe yo. I don't know what they're doing. Let's get the Chargers in here now, and then we got one more after this. Arizona props. And then we are all copacetic in the scroll. There we go. We're scrolling, and we'll even put them in the chat for you to see in the chat. I'll copy and paste them into the chat because that's what I do. Because I don't see any comments right now, new comments. So we'll put the picks in, and as I load them in, I will say them to you like that. We'll just repeat them out. We'll repeat them out as we go through the banner. So the Arizona props in the chat. Anytime touchdown, Harrison 175, Wilson 280. McBride or Higgins. Take a choice with a tight end. And then grab some plus money. George 25 or more receiving yards, even money. Wilson 40 or more receiving yards, plus 155. Again, these are from the DK, DraftKings. That's where I did these this morning. They may have changed. They have changed because we've talked about it. Next up is Mr. Disley for the Chargers. We'll go a little anytime touchdown for him. It is 4-1. If you want to do Dobbins minus 135, okay. I didn't want to do a minus 135. I wanted to take plus money. So I did it. You can't stop me. This is my kind of little picks here for the show. Have fun with them. Do as you will. Take them. Don't take them. It's all right. Next up, Tampa Bay. Under Shepard receiving yards, 15.5. And under Mayfield rushing yards, 12.5. Baltimore Ravens. Anytime tutty coming up here. Mr. Flowers, again, the Derrick Henry minus 220 is not going to happen. If you want to take him to score 2 touchdowns for plus 220, that's all right. We're going to go down the line here, Justice Hill. So when he scores and all the crazy books on there like, oh, who had this first TD? There you go. Justice Hill. We got a 475 for anytime touchdown. And Mr. Bateman, 40 or more receiving yards, plus 120. And then a gaggle of Tampa Bays because, again, we like the over in this one. So there is that. Let's get into some of their props. Goodwin, 155. Evans, 125. Mayfield, 3 touchdown passes, plus 330. There's our guy, Goody again. 80 or more receiving yards, plus 105. Rashad White, 25 or more receiving yards, plus 195. There you go. We got you covered on all games. Ravens, Bucks, Chargers, Cardinals. I tried to get all teams involved for you. Enjoy. These are the little free picks here. Player prop picks, whatever. If you want premium stuff, gamblersworld.net for me. I got both games up here today. I'll have a game for tomorrow, college football, World Series. But again, we have the leaderboard. Find whoever you want if you want to support the channel and the shows. Go get a premium thing. These are free picks. Hit the like button because it's free to do. So hit the button. Scott. Can K-State win by 14 in Manhattan versus Kansas? Listen, it's not off topic when no one's talking about anything. We could talk college football. I do not mind. I kind of like Kansas there, believe it or not. It's a big number. So I will lean towards a little dog here with Kansas. Rivalry type game, obviously. 2 touchdowns, maybe a little too much. Maybe a little too much. We're like, let me just find. Is that 14 official right now? Where is Kansas? Eight o'clocker. It is a 10 spot. Where did you get 14? Did you get us out of the back? I mean, it's 10. Where's the... That's a nice number. That's a good number. I'm not going to say no to... I mean, listen, 14 is one thing. Now we're even at regular double digits. I don't even hate the 10. Hold on a second. Where did you get a 14? I'm looking at this. I'm all for I get down early on games. I mean, this was 10 even last week. Oh, it's not the line you're just asking. I lean towards the dog. I like 10, 10, 11 points, 9.5, 10. I would lean towards the Jayhawks in that one. Just because rivalry, and even I have a future for K-State over 9.5 wins. So it's not like I'm anti K-State or something. That's not the point. I like them. I like them enough to go over 9.5 wins. But something just tells me it's going to be kind of a close back and forth kind of shootout type game. Right? I mean, how have they been head-to-head? 31-27, 47-27, 35-10. K-State's rolled these cats. It has not been close. Kansas finally got a win after dropping, 5 in a row? What better way to ruin a K-State run to the Big 12 than to knock them off? I would take the points. Under on both games? No. We like over game 1, Tampa and Arizona. Under game 2. 14 is too high. Yes. Yeah. I mean, at 14, I'd be loving Kansas. I like 10. I'd love 14. Baltimore, Tampa over 51.5 now. See, but they're watching the show. They saw my props. Yes, my props. They're not my preps. They're my props. And said, well, let's grab these overs. I think it's an over game. It was 49.5. It is now 51. I do like a little look-ahead line show, and I try to predict or I think how it's going to play out with games. And this was one of them. I said, let's go over this. I mean, last week it was 47.5. It was 49 on Sunday. It's 51.5 now. Off topic. College basketball conference. I've not dove into college hoops. College hoops, King D, November, December, I'm pretty good. I like my little conferences, mid-majors. I got all my returning starters. I got the coaching continuity. Everybody kind of knows their role. A lot of games, a lot of mismatched kind of tournaments and nonsense. I think I have an edge early. My problem is at the end of January, February, I just get assaulted. I get clubbed like a baby seal. I don't know what happens. And then for conference week, the first 2 small conferences, I got to grind back till my nails are bleeding. So the deep, I really don't have to do a deep kind of dive into early stuff because it's easy enough to see who's back. I want my point guard play. I like returning starters, obviously, and not especially now with transfers and nils and this nonsense. I want a team that's all together. Diving in this week for college, basketball. I get it. I mean, it's right around the corner. I mean, I sort of looked a little bit of NBA just because it's here. People like betting NBA. And for the NBA, at least they've given us the back to the load management games. At least we know the guy's going to be sitting out at home, which is nice because I'm a dog guy. So we'll be getting some extra points if we take something early before a guy decides to sit out with a strained vag or something. So that works in our favor. Let's get back to the NFL here. I'm still seeing 4.5 at Baltimore. This was a 3. It's just loading up. Where to split? I mean, this is just people coming in on the Ravens, I guess, here. What do we got here? 64% of the handle. Chargers, 70% of the bets, 68% of the money. I mean, everybody's betting the over in the Charger game, too. So money's coming. Hasn't moved, though, so that's why we like the under in that one. And the over just keeps going up and up and up here. Love Baker over 2+ passing touchdowns. I think it's odd you can't pass them the plus money. I mean, 330 I think is worth a shot, Scott. I know the Ravens are good defensively against the run, but that's also if you get up, teams got to throw the ball. Tampa throws the ball. That's why this guy's leading the league in touchdown passes. They throw. Aaron, what do you say? Any thoughts on Heisman picks right now? I mean, I think it's, looking at the way things are going, I think Cam Ward's got to be right up there for Miami. I think Milroe lost his. He's at the window. Where else we're going in college? The kid on Boise, the running back. Is what's his name on Oregon going to come through? They go undefeated. I mean, it's Cam Ward's to lose until they get to that Clemson game. Can they go undefeated? I mean, he was spotless the other day. I don't want to jump into the Heismans. I don't think I've ever had a Heisman future. John, what do you got here? Indiana starting quarterback is out this week versus Washington Huskies 6.5. Yeah. I like Indiana. Actually, I grabbed them minus a touchdown, to be honest with you. Take the Hoosiers. I think he's going to automatically go against them. Take Indiana. I got a few colleges up already for this week. In the 6.5 spot. I don't hate it. Right? Because everyone's going to say, wow, they missed a quarterback. Are you sold on the Huskies? I'm not. We got some games going tomorrow. This is Sam Houston, FIU. We got backup quarterbacks. The total is 46.5. If you look at the offense, the put out of both of these teams, you automatically think over. But it's built into the line here with the backup quarterback. I still like the over. I still think Sam Houston scores here. I still like the over in that game. If you're looking at Tuesday college football. And UTEP and Louisiana Tech. No real thought on that guy. I would take bad Kennesaw. I see a 26 out there. Kennesaw. Oh, my goodness. Yeesh. All right, let's That's it. Not a lot of chatty action today, folks. I'll bring up the banners again. We'll run through the props and then we'll get out of here. So this line has moved since this afternoon. It's 4-51, 4.5 even. All right, so Godwin and Evans touchdowns for Tampa Bay. Anytime TDs, 155, 125. Mayfield, 3 touchdowns, 330. Godwin, 8 receiving yards, plus 105. Rashid White, 25 plus receiving yards, plus 195. Baltimore, anytime touchdown, we're going Flowers. Yes, I know they got Derrick Henry, but it's minus 220 for one. No, thank you. If you want to do a plus 220 for 2 TDs, I will say sure, 2 tutties. We'll go down the line and look at Justice Hill plus 475 for an anytime touchdown. Bateman, 40 plus receiving yards, plus 120. Tampa Bay, Shepard under 15.5 receiving yards, Mayfield under 12.5 rushing yards. Chargers, 1 touchdown, Disley plus 140. We can go Dobbins. He's minus about a 135, 140. I'm going Disley 4-1, plus 400 there. Again, DK odds, they could change. It happens. Arizona, anytime touchdowns. Harrison, get him involved, 175, sure. Wilson, this guy, and I got him here in receiving yards, 280 for anytime touchdown, 40 or more receiving yards, plus 155. He has a big game. That's why he's in here twice. And again, more tight ends. We love our tight ends. McBride or Higgins, you choose. You choose. I'll leave it up to you. They're both nice big plus monies. Obviously, I think Arizona can score against LA or wouldn't have more of those guys. That's also more the Chargers scoring 18 points a game and not putting up a lot of offense. And the guy who scores their points is minus 135, as opposed to this team who spreads it out a bit and everybody's at nice juicy numbers. Dorsch receiving yards, 25 at even money. Again, he averages 29. It's 25 even. Sure. Wilson, 40 plus at 155. Yes, he averages 39. Give me 159, 155. I'll take it. Thank you. I appreciate your kindness, books. Yes. Back to the truth is in the house. I'm on the Bucks and the Cardinals under 51 in Tampa game. All right. Bucks home dog. I get it. Cardinals at home. I get it. Under 51. I don't get it. I guess you keep holding off. You're getting the line. It's moving, so you're getting a better number as the night goes on. Mars in the house. Where you been? Bills in the over. I called the cash. You did have the Bills in the over, Mar. Excellent call last week. Good to see you. Fading both the Harbaughs today. He says, no to the Harbaugh family. I don't like it. You gave out bad candy at Halloween. We're going against your kids. I get it. John says, Coastal Carolina fired their OC today. Tim Beck. He was on quarterback back, wasn't he? Does it make a difference for Coastal Carolina, though? Like, to me, does it move the needle, as they say? Where is Coastal Carolina? Are they playing this week? I see East Carolina. Scroll through. I'm probably going to miss it. I mean, they're not playing a night game. I guess they're on a bye week. Mar says, the Bills -9, no doubt. No over 41, no doubt. 3 no. They also have Browns. Cleveland. Yeah, never in doubt. Up, almost got to the 10 there. Browns, Cleveland under 43. Yeah, I had the Browns under myself there. Although I thought the Browns could have won that game if Deshaun played the entire game. Liking the under also. Don't know why. Which under? Which game tonight? Tampa Bay or Arizona, Mar? Which game you looking at for an under? Which game you like the under in? Because I like the under in one of them, not the other. Not the other. Tampa Bay is a good team that nobody likes because they're all over the Atlanta Falcons because they signed Kirk Cousins. I don't get it. We could have had good money on Tampa Bay again. 10-1 last year to win the South. You're welcome. Tampa Baltimore under. No thank you to Tampa Baltimore under. I do not like that one. Don't be fooled by the 60 yards rushing allowed by Baltimore. That's because teams throw the ball on them. Dak threw for 400 yards almost, 378. Granted, they were down a ton. The Raiders came back on them. Chiefs scored. Tampa Bay is an underrated team. Nobody gives them any credit. Can we give them credit for going in and beating Detroit? Detroit was full strength. They almost won in the playoffs. Give Tampa some love, please. The truth is, I think in terms of the Cardinals, they always stink at home. They don't even have fans out there. You know, they did beat the Rams. They lost to Washington. Go on the road. You beat the Niners. You lose a close one at home to Detroit. It is a weird team. I'm not saying it's not. They do have weird up and downs when you look at it. You're like, hey, what's going on here? You know, be better. I get the I don't want to take them. Do you want to take a team that averages 18 points a game on the road as a favorite? That's a team you want to take? That doesn't want to throw the ball? Throws the ball 22 times a game? No, thank you. Ray, isn't this a bad spot for Tampa Bay with division game week 8? You'd think so, right? Falcons next week, but that's where you look at the Falcons next week because that line's a 3. So are you looking at the Falcons there? Because I was initially looking at Falcons. I'm like, wow, this game's a 1. Weird. But then Falcons, I think the center got banged up. One of the other offensive linemen got banged up. Cousins looked like trash. The Cleveland Browns are also on deck for Baltimore. So both guys with division, more important games on deck. I think it washes itself out. Tampa got the whole rally for the city, make everybody feel better with the hurricane. Ravens 22-1. Lamar 22-1 versus the NFC teams. It's not like he's beating trash teams. They're always, a 1 or 2 team out of the AFC North, so they usually play tougher schedule. Yeah, to me, they're offsetting. They're offsetting penalties. Moneyline Mills in the house. It's been a minute, Moneyline. How you been? Rocking the Warren Moon. Love it. I'm going for the Ravens. I'm going for the Chargers tonight. The Charger one hurts me. I can't do the Chargers. I sort of like Murray a little bit. He's exciting when he's healthy. And I think he's healthy now. He's got some good players around. We talked about John Connor earlier. We like him out of the backfield. Obviously, Harrison Jr. is going to be a stud, supposed to be. McBride's a nice little tight end. I can't do the Chargers on the road. I mean, they won last week. I had Denver. That's a whole nother story of my pain taking those guys. I just 2 in a row on the road. I don't know if it's them. Ray says Arizona money like that. I'd rather have that than the Chargers. That's for sure. Do not want Charger action. Again, Harbaugh comes in. He's running his place like it's Michigan. Herbert with his leg banged up, right? Is he worse than what he is? Look at this. Okay. Interesting. We'll talk some NBA tomorrow on this show. We did some NBA stuff today. Me, Chip, and Doug on Winner Circle. Go check it out. We talked about 2, 4, 6 teams, win totals, division winners. I gave a championship pick out. Be sure to check that out because the NBA goes tomorrow, by the way. NBA goes tomorrow. But going tonight, we have 2 games in the NFL. A doubleheader. We get back to a single header next week with the – I don't know how they pick these games. Giants and Steelers next week. I said this yesterday. I hope you took the Giants – or excuse me, the Steelers minus 3.5 when I was going to look at lines. I said it'd be 5. Yeah, it's 6 already. Unbelievable. Any hoot. Moneyline Mills likes the Celtics tomorrow, raising the banner. I'm an anti-banner guy. I don't like the Knicks. I had some whack job who claims he's banned in here. I have to talk to Jim and Seth off air. We got to pull up the YouTube because the guy swears he's banned. This maniac says that Brunson has better postseason numbers than Jordan and Seth Curry. That's the kind of stuff that I think borderline I should almost probably block a person like that because they are mentally unstable. That being said, you're hanging a banner. I'm an anti-banner ring, any kind of party game. I feel like you're not focused and the fans are extra drunk and the players aren't really in where they should be. I don't love the Celtics tomorrow. And it's tough to say because I can't stand the Knicks. John Starks and Anthony Mack. I hate the Knicks. I was a Barkley guy back in the day. Who are they just going to blame now? Good question. Probably Freeman McNeil. I have no idea. One of my Mills is laughing at me. Defense keeps looking worse every week. Yeah, they sort of talk a lot of trash. I'm waiting for Zach Wilson to get traded to like Miami or Carolina, go somewhere and put up great numbers, just like Sam Darnold and Geno Smith. And then they just blame everybody but themselves. Yeah, it's Zach Wilson. It's not the offensive line that has 3 starters out or a 3 coordinators in 3 years and Wilson getting hurt and Hall getting hurt. So it's nothing to do with anybody getting hurt around them and stuff like that. No. Nope, he's the problem. Who's the problem now? Huh? Jets defense? Any of you guys in the comments section tonight, Jets defense, where are you at? Aaron Rodgers colorblind passing the other team. Shades of Vinny Testaverde. Remember Vinny Testaverde was thought to be colorblind? Throwing so many interceptions. Listen, I'll tell you what, I'm colorblind. I got in a fight with my wife about salads the other day. Like green and brown. Like she's like, you can't. I'm like, it looks a little darker. I don't know what the heck it is. It's greens and browns. It looks the same to me. Blues, purples, even reds kind of mix in with me. How are you confusing? I mean, we're old people here. Back in the day, football, you had a white uniform and a colored uniform, home and away. There wasn't all this other nonsense going on. Hey, we got a little throwback and some road. No. Home whites, road, whatever colors, blues, grays, blacks, reds, whatever they were. How you throwing to the wrong team? I never understood that. Never understood that. Maybe he's just blind. That could be just it. How about that? LASIK for our guy Winston too. Adam must be questioning his life choices now. Yeah, let's go from 1 2-5 team to another 2-5 team. I'm telling you, if I'm Garrett Wilson, if they had to go in for meetings or whatever the hell kind of nonsense they do after a game on Sunday night, they flew in, I'd be like, yeah, can you trade me? I'm asking for a trade. Trade me, please. He wants to play with his friends. I'm not his friends. I'm 25. I'm not 40. I don't know this. Who's this guy listening to? Nickelback? I'm not listening to this guy. Please, bring me somewhere where they'll use me. Thank you. Get me out of here. He says, Higgs said alarm just said that Ryan Day is a new Larry Coker. Well, you think Coker was a great coach? I think Coker took that Miami team and it's like the old, here's the keys to the Porsche, don't crash it. Like he just sat back and they won and then he was gone. Once the recruit, he couldn't recruit. He was a bad coach. They just can't beat a good team. Text to talk. It happens with the text to talk. Comes up crazy sometimes. He's behind, really. Like Winston, like 33 touchdowns, 32 interceptions or whatever. That's crazy. I don't know what's more crazy. Let him throw the ball that much or that he just connected on 60 passes. Like, if you throw an interception, I think it should be ruled a completion. Why does it come up as an incomplete? It should be a completion. Touchdown's a completion. Somebody caught it. It's counted as a incomplete, but it's a catch. Put it in your completions. All right. Enough of this. We're going to get out of here. Listen, like, subscribe, put the notification on here for Winner Circle YouTube channel, all right? We do free pick videos Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I run those during the day. Chip Trimbus has Paul Bovey and Jim Feist on. Free pick videos on Friday and Saturday. College, NFL, NBA is here. College hoops is here. Friday Football Live, Mark Lawrence, Victor King, sometimes Jim Feist. That's at 1 p.m. Eastern. Again, notification bells on for that. You know the Monday Night Live, I tweeted out. It's on the YouTube as well. Follow. GamblersWorld.net is the premium side of things. If you want to support the channel that way, please do. 3738 packages are guaranteed. You show a profit or credit you back, go find somebody else. There you go. We have the leaderboard. You see how we do. I always say this, win or lose, no hiding from records. We win, we lose. Look at the leaderboards. I don't own the channel. I don't go in there and dilly-dally around. No. Most guys are on other sites too. You see the records. They're all over the place. Same 1986. Calling 900 numbers. I'm giving you the Giants, but I'm giving the other guy to the Redskins. Not happening that way. With DTR next week, the Browns play. They're what, a 10-point dog? Is he the official starter next week? Because I kind of like the Browns in that game. I see an 8.5, so I think they're going to go with circa is 8.5. I see 10s in other spots. I want the points, especially off a Monday night game. Ravens -4 in Arizona for John Putnam tonight. There you go. Rodgers might need to call Danica back up. But did he date Danica Patrick? Didn't he date the chick who was in Divergent too? The Divergent chick? I enjoyed the Divergent series, by the way. I'll bring that up with Chip tomorrow. That really set him off. He'll get upset about that. So I talk about Divergent, but what the heck are you talking about? He needs like the Alfred Hitchcock miniseries. He doesn't know what Divergent is. Hunger Games or Maze Runner books. Anyway. That could be a shot at all the old guys on the site. Doug and Mark, the whole crew. They wouldn't even know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we're getting out of here. Hit the likes. Appreciate everybody popping in for a little bit on a Monday night. You can watch the replay. The picks are all in the chat as well, so you could just look around for them. Old guys rule. We got an old guy in the back. Took him 6 minutes to type that in. He didn't even know how to find the keypad there. All right, everybody. Take it easy. Good luck. Bye-bye.